pedal here from Sound Dust, and I'm here and over here and also over there, I'm pointing, with the new Sponge Piano 2, which is a new, more than updated, completely upgraded version of Sponge Piano, which, as you may or may not know, was made originally by quite literally holding my finger and a sponge on every note of a piano and hitting it lots of times. So it's a very, I'm going to just play something badly, obviously. So it's a very staccato-y, kind of short, thumpy, kind of, hold on, I'm just going for my pedal. That's with the pedal down. So you don't get much anyway. You don't get much resonance or release, but what you do have is this lovely stubby kind of character piano. Not perfect for proper stuff, but for improper stuff, it's great. And what's new about Sponge Piano 2 is that it now has proper round robin. So every note, there's up to 20 velocity layers. And there's also 4 round robins, which are completely random. So you're never going to get any kind of horrible machine gun effects. There's also, I've pulled it into the felt dulcitone engine, which I think is a very useful and kind of quite good engine for using kind of more straightforward sounds and doing something interesting with them. And I'm going to quickly, I always say quickly, sometimes I'm quickly and sometimes I'm not, I'm going to go through what we've got here. So the basics are, we've got the newly re-edited sound set plus the addition of round robin. So it's now a nearly 2 gigabyte download. Before it was about 700, I think. And we've added in some new controls, new things, new features, which I'm going to go through now. There's a Contact 5 and a Contact 6 version, and they are different in that you can't get the replica delay and posh reverb with Contact 5, but they also have a kind of different, they're both worth using. If you've got Contact 6, don't be afraid of the Contact 5 version, because it does have a slightly different internal arrangement going on, which is quite useful as well. Anyway, so we have, if you know the felt dulcitone engine, you know it a little bit already. Starting over here with, we've got the sample start button, which gives you a basically chops off the start of the sample. Sometimes you're going to get clicks with that, and you might need to use the attack control there, which is quite nice in itself to give you a kind of distancing effect. Let's just put that there. Remember, this is recorded binaurally with a Jacqueline disc, so it has this lovely kind of roomy sound, which should, because it's Jacqueline disc, it isn't quite as difficult to use in a stereo mix as straightforward binaural. You can also go into mono. But I just like the sound of the binaural. I'm terrible. So we've got velocity control here and voices, which can go a little bit bonkers, but more of that later. So we've got a volume for the basic tone, and we've also got an octave as well now. Give me some low and some high notes. It goes higher. So we've got good old 7 octaves here. I think, is it 7 octaves? Don't quote me on that. So we can just have the high tone. Nice for mixing in. As introduced earlier, we've got a slow attack if necessary. It can go quite slow, which comes in handy in some of the presets. We've got a release, foot on pedal, foot off pedal. The staccato-ness comes in handy when you're using the Arpeggiator. I'll show you that in a minute. We've got the note off. Which is better when it's kind of subtle, basically. obviously. And a new thing actually, which isn't even in felt dulcitone, we've got noise. We've got two types. We've got record crackle. We've also got a kind of cassette noise. Now there's a secret control for this. I'll quickly show you. Go inside and you go to the script editor. It's currently monophonic. Set it to multi. I'd recommend you didn't, but if you want to, it's there. It comes in handy yet again for the if you're using noise in the Arpeggiator. Let's put that down to a reasonable level. Now I'll go from this end. New in this version as well, which isn't in the felt dulcitone, is the glue control, which is a series of compressors and a little bit of EQ at various points of the signal chain. So it can get a little bit gnarly, and it's quite nice if you have noise in. So that's quite extreme. Turn it off, back to normal. Another thing that's handy for kind of adding character, and in conjunction with the take mode as well. It's very handy for extreme effects. Obviously add in for complete madness, obviously, but or you can go really mental. Not mod wheel, pitch wheel. Remember, this is a piano. Obviously you go really mental and add in this as well. But obviously we can be subtler. So you can kind of have a lovely haunted ballroom. Yeah, think of it as the haunted ballroom. Yeah, no. Take the noise down again. Let's get rid of some of this. You've also got a transient control, add more thump, or take some thump off. So it kind of. So things you don't normally do to a piano. Obviously that is the sound dust ethos. Things that you wouldn't normally do to a thing, we want to do it. Yeah. Equalizer. If you're boosting, you can take the volume down there. If you're cutting, you can do that. Always handy. Pedal, which is basically a few presets, which add to the overall haunted ballroominess of it. And then we've got the thumb control, which is a tuned resonant filter which tracks. I thought it was quite nice. Just glorious ways of slightly changing the whole purpose of a piano. And if I was a great piano player, it would be really easy to show off. And then we've also got some extra room And this is a completely kind of wet dry, so that goes 100% in the room. Doesn't do much because it's getting stereoed after. Handy for just extra. Okay, let's turn that off. Now, replica delay is an amazing built-in delay. It's can be quite hungry on the CPU, so beware. But it does the whole, and it does. That kind of thing. And then with the reverb as well, you've got actually 3 kinds of reverb and some presets here as well. So just more variations on what you can do with the piano. See, that was easy, wasn't it? But finally, we've also got the this big fella here, which is the kind of really interesting multi-mode arpeggiator, where you can add in as many steps as you want. You've got a lot of variations from a chord kind of player, so just, well, I'll show you. Turn it on first here. And you've got a chaos control which varies. Length, swing. Strikes adds different and more hits. Up to 4, which is in 5. Which is rather lovely. And an octave jump. Quite like that. Should have done more presets with that. Add in some chaos. So that's just the chord mode on 2. We've got various styles of obviously these are your velocities. Let's add in some more steps, and you'd literally just draw stuff in and see what happens. Let's go down the steps. Always fun to add in some reverb. Some delay even. Maybe that's a bit too mad. Now, if you like what you're doing here, but you want to do it on another instrument, we've got the MIDI recorder. So I can hit record, play, stop, and then drag out. I can't show you here, but that's a MIDI file, which you can just drag it straight into your DAW. Why wouldn't you? And we've also got the RTFM. Shows you all the stuff I've just shown you, but in a simple way you can just quickly check. So version 6 comes with a load of presets which go from kind of nice piano-y things to kind of mad stuff. Broke my neck. This was actually based on an Echo and the Bunnyman guitar sound. Sorry, pitch bend. To really kind of lo-fi malarkey. Where you can use the noise as an effect. In fact, you can just go down to the noise. And it is a really handy way of kind of just adding rhythmic interest to tracks as well. I don't know if quite like. So there's just in that alone is something, and then if you bring in a little bit of and that's just the note off, which comes quite interesting in this context. Who wouldn't want to do that? Let's try that as a random. So the chaos is kind of picking out slightly random notes. Using the mod wheel, which is attached to sample start. So it's kind of piano-y, but not piano-y. And remember, oh, that's camera syncing. Sorry about that. But remember, if you like what you get going in the Arpeggiator, you can just record it in the MIDI recorder and use it with something else. So yeah, there's a selection of semi-obvious presets. Slightly Harold Buddy. Good. But the joy of it is it's really easy to play with and make your own presets or whatever you want to do with it. That's that then, because Kontakt will remember everything. Everything is automatable, including the ons and offs. I can even show you here. Automation is here. There's all the automations. Oh, no, get out of there. So there's the groups, the 4 round robin groups, note off, separate thing, noises, and the octave button. See, I'm showing you behind the curtain. I probably shouldn't do that. There you go. That is and has been Chip's piano. I hope you at least understand what it's doing. You know, it's not going to replace your Steinberg, but there's not many things like this, and it comes in really handy. In fact, I'm going to quickly do that. So yeah, think of a way of generating interesting ideas as well as just a piano. There you go. Sponge Piano 2 available now. Enjoy. Thank you very much. Bye bye.